Once a month, the village elders met under the baobab tree. That month, they invited Lindiwe. "Why me?" she asked. "Because," said Baba Babu, "you are now a storyteller, and a storyteller is a mirror of the village." She sat with the elders, gray heads, sharp minds, soft hearts. They offered her groundnuts, then asked her to speak. She told them everything. Not just what happened, but what it meant. The weight, the shame, the recovery. When she finished, Elder Juma spoke. "You remind me of my granddaughter. She died in silence. But you spoke, and your voice will carry her story too." They placed a beaded necklace around her neck. "You are now a keeper of fire," said the chief elder. "When darkness returns, you will light the way." Lindiwe bowed her head. Outside, children played. Drums echoed from a nearby hut. Life continued, but now she walked it differently. With fire, with voice, with truth. Let the fire burn brighter. At River Bend, whispers began to follow Lindiwe again, but this time they were of admiration. Yet where admiration flows, envy is never far behind, like a hyena that laughs with you only to bite your heel. One afternoon, a student named Kato approached her with a grin that smelled of mischief. "You're smart, Lindiwe," he said, "but smart people also need shortcuts. Why struggle when you can succeed quietly?" He slid a paper under her desk. "Exam answers." Lindiwe stared at him. "Why are you giving me this?" "Because I want to see you win," he said, then winked. "And because I want something back." She didn't ask what that something was. She knew too well. That evening, she told Mama Wexa. The old woman chuckled. "Ah, Kato, that boy is like a goat in the marketplace, always where he shouldn't be." Then her tone changed. "Listen, child, when the hyena offers meat, ask who died. Never accept sweetness from sour hands." At school, Lindiwe handed the paper to the principal. It caused an uproar. Kato was suspended. Some students called her a snitch, but others clapped in secret. She had made her choice, no more hyena bargains. The next test, she wrote with sweat and silence. She passed, not top of the class, but truly Hayes. Lindiwe began helping at the school kitchen during lunch breaks, partly to save money, partly for peace. There, she met Chef Myram, short, round, always laughing like a pot boiling over. "Ah, my golden scholar," she would sing. "Come, help me fight these onions before they make me weep like a widow." Myram believed cooking was spiritual. "A bitter heart makes bitter stew," she'd say, "so laugh while you chop." One day, Lindiwe shared part of her story. Myram listened while slicing yams. When she finished, Myram nodded. "Do you know what I see? A girl who walked through fire and now seasons her soup with courage." They laughed, stirred pots, swapped stories. Soon, other students joined. The kitchen became a healing hut, a place where secrets were stirred with pepper and tears dried with jokes. "Do you want to cook or cry?" Myram would tease when someone sniffled over garlic. By end of term, Lindiwe had learned two things. Never trust rice when it's too quiet, and sometimes laughter is the best healing balm. One cool Saturday, there was a knock at her hostel door. She opened it to see her father. He stood stiffly, eyes scanning the room like it was full of thorns. Behind him, her mother held a small basket of fruits, mangoes, groundnuts, and guilt. "Papa," she whispered. He didn't hug her. Instead, he Saturday. "I heard what you did," he said, "how you spoke, how you fought." Silence filled the room like a heavy stew. Her mother placed the basket down. "We didn't know how bad it was." Lindiwe looked away. "You didn't ask." Then her father sighed. A real sigh, the kind only worn-out hearts produce. "I failed you," he admitted. "I thought silence was strength, but it was fear dressed in tradition." That night, they ate fruits and stories. Her father said, "We've come not just to visit, but to learn." It was the first time he called her brave. At the end of term assembly, an award was introduced, the True Speakers Medal. Principal Njay said it was for those who chose integrity over convenience. Lindiwe was called to the stage. She walked past many students, some clapping, some whispering. On stage, She saw an empty chair beside Madam N.J. "This chair," the principal said, "is for all those who never got to tell their truth. Lindiwe speaks for them." The crowd went silent. Lindiwe's voice shook but did not break. "I was once ashamed of what happened to me, but now I carry it like a calabash, balanced and full. To every girl in silence, I say, break it. Your voice is not noise. It is thunder. Let it roar." Tears rolled, not of pity, but pride. The chair remained empty, but its message was full. With the school year ending, Lindiwe was invited to speak at a village event. Elders, children, and even goats gathered under the big tamarind tree. She wore a beaded necklace, the Firekeeper's mark, and stepped onto the small stage made from old bamboo and new hope. Drums beat, not loud, but steady. She began with a proverb: "When spiders unite, they can tie up a lion." She spoke of pain, truth, shame, and freedom, of the girl she was and the warrior she had become. Then she paused. In this land, many carry silence like it's part of their clothing. But today, I say, remove it. Wear courage instead. Even if your voice trembles, speak. After her speech, the elders rose and danced, a rare sight. Even baobab lifted his walking stick and twirled it like a staff of magic. That night, Lindiwe sat by the fire. Someone asked, "What now?" She smiled. "Now, I write. I teach. I light the fire in others." And somewhere in the night, a hyena laughed. But this time, Lindiwe laughed back, louder. The village elders had gathered, and there was a quiet hum in the air. Lindiwe had been invited to share her story again. This time, it was not just the students or teachers who wanted to hear her. The wise ones who sat under the baobab tree also needed her words. Baba Juma, an elder with a white beard as long as the river's flow, motioned for her to approach. His eyes, however wrinkled, held the kind of depth only time could create. "Lindiwe," he began in his deep voice, "the land has spoken to us about your bravery. But we need to hear from you, not just your courage. What does your heart know?" Lindiwe hesitated for a moment, then spoke, her voice carrying the weight of all her journeys, from the humiliation of silence to the strength of standing tall. "I know," she said softly, "that there are paths we must walk alone, and there are others where we can help each other. The hardest part of life isn't the struggle, it's knowing when to let go of the fear and speak." Baba Juma nodded, his face lighting up as though the sun had just risen. "You have learned what many do not, my child. To speak the truth is to bring light into the world, and the light makes the shadows tremble." There was a murmur of agreement among the other elders. One of them, Mama Kato, added, "When you teach others, you teach yourself. Lindiwe, don't forget that." Lindiwe smiled, bowing her head in respect. "I will not forget." If you enjoyed this story, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button below. Tap the notification bell so you never miss new episodes. And don't forget to like and share if this story touched you. Your support helps us keep bringing you more amazing African tales. See you in the next story.